What's up everyone, What If Night 310 here, back with another video. Last time we left off finishing chapter 28, so yeah, let's start. Chapter 29, The Bloodline, Rebellion. Previously, Naruto narrowed his Rinnegan at the lady. Something was off. Excuse me, Termermi-san, your chakra appears to display a pattern, with not one but two Keki Genkai. That's right. Kitsu-san, I promise the Futon and Yoto bloodlines. Mai explained, clearly impressed by the blonde Onbu's skillful deduction. Interesting, Naruto thought. Let's make haste. My bodyguards are waiting outside for me, Mai said. Outside the office, there are my bodyguards. Oh, and Chojiro. I'm calling A because I can't pronounce AO. A is a seasoned veteran of the Third Shinobi World War, while Chojiro is a member of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist. Mai introduced. A I the Leaf Shinobi carefully, deciding whether or not to trust him. With his eye, singular, because he had one Byakugan, landed on Naruto. He gasped. He was getting a mysterious aura from him. It was as if the bond had not trained at all, yet he could tell something powerful was being suppressed. Channeling chakra to his other patch-covered eye, he activated his Byakugan. When he saw next puzzled him even more. There was a purplish chakra shroud surrounding the bond and concealing his chakra, a circulatory system. And if he channeled even more chakra, he could make out a dim reddish glow beneath it. This guy. I need to see his face. A thought. I suggest you stop what you're about to do, Naruto spoke from under his mask. That certainly started the Kirinin. How did you know what he was about to do? Because I do, Naruto said before exiting the Hokage's mansion. Kurama briefly explained that what had transpired to Yugito via the Telbeast plane. East entrance. So here's the plan. We will go to my headquarters in Kuni, land of hot water. From there we will formulate plans to take down Yagura's bases where he has military police patrollers patrolling the area. After all of this, we will infiltrate the stronghold in Kirigakuru and assassinate him. Mai outlined as they dashed towards the land of water. It quickly became silent as the group focused on running. Naruto asked Yugito discreetly, "Have you taken the antidote?" Yes, Tsunade Sensei had deemed it safe, though I still have to go for checkups every now and then to ensure the poison has been cleared, Yugito explained. Tsunade Sensei, Naruto asked. Hi, I learned from her in the 3-year period. Now I am certified medic, skilled in medicines and poisons. Unfortunately, that poison was one of the most deadly ones in the elemental nations. No one but Sasori had the antidote. Yugito elaborated. Naruto nodded in understanding. Look out! A who was taking point with his Byakugan yelled suddenly. Within the fraction of a second, circular eyes morphed into a void. On instinct, a reflex of vigorous training. The barrage of kunai were launched right back at the attackers as Naruto focused on them. Oi was awestruck. Looks like you managed to stop the intel ambush, huh? A group of 10 Kirinin jumped out of the bushes lining the streets. Looks like we were right. The bloodline bitch is here. One of Kirinin's commented as scouts of Hirazaki military police were uh, hereby put you under arrest on order of the Mizukage for possessing bloodlines. One of Kiri's nin spoke. Naruto spoke indolently. You're arresting someone for something he isn't in control of? Ridiculous. But bloodline users are a potential threat to yeah, Kirigakuri. Konoha Nin, the leader, spat. So you're telling me you're arresting people for something they might do but haven't done? That's even more stupid. What if you were born with the bloodline? Naruto retorted. In fact, is the fact is I'm not, and they are loose cannons. Since you're in Mizuno Kuni, you are under our jurisdiction. This is not for you to judge. Now step away before we arrest you too. The leader said. I refuse, Naruto replied. A split opened in his eyes. Oh, what do you think you are doing? Uh, Tree hugger, the patrol leader sneered. Killing intent flew right out of Naruto and surrounded the 10 scouts, suffocating them in it, then instantly intensified greatly, causing 9 of them to turn blue and drop dead. The survivor, of course, was spared purposely by Naruto. Who I am? I am Senju, a battley deity, Naruto said, quoting from an outdated bingo book from 3 years ago. The scout's jaw dropped. Or you could call me Kirosinen, Yellow Flash, Shirin Kiba, White Fang. It wouldn't matter because you'd be dead like now, Naruto spoke coldly before the demonic killing intent overwhelmed the last scout. Uzumaki Naruto is, it appears Hokage-sama did send the best of the best after all, I commented. My reputation precedes me, Naruto sighed before removing his mask. His blonde bangs dropped to the side of his handsome face, his eyes brilliant blue after reverting them. You look just like your father. I presume that tanto on your back is the kunai in your hand aren't normal, A said. Naruto nodded, channeling his chakra into the kunai and blade flattened the glow and grew another 2 prongs. The handle became wood with the Hashirama mark on it. Removing the tanto on his sheath, he channeled chakra again, causing the whole blade to light up with whitish chakra. The Kiro Sente, Shinro Kiba, Chojuro muttered, though honestly, he was more interested in the tanto as a swordsman. Now that you are assured we can get to Yuno Kuni without any more trouble, let's get there now, Naruto said. 5 hours later. Finally, we're here. Yamato planted, so where the others? With the exception of Naruto and Yugito due to their ungodly stamina. Going down a few streets, the group entered a shophouse. The moment the shopkeeper looked at he unsheathed them to a trapdoor behind the cashier counter. After revealing a flight of stairs which they went down, they entered the basement, a giant cellar that could hold more than 50 people. On one of the walls there was a giant map of Kiri, with crosses and squares depicting captured and uncaptured war bases, respectively. So here's the plan. Tomorrow we will move out to our men to capture a base here. Mai said, pointing to a square mark on the map. The next day, the yellow flash appeared beside two guards, causing them to drop to the floor dead with a line of white cutting through both of them. Removing chakra papers from his sword shield, Naruto began to draw on it rapidly. Slamming it to the now complete seal onto the main gate, he whispered, "Kai!" Lines of chakra ink spread out from the paper towards the corners of the door and disappeared into them. Moments later, the 6-inch steel door compressed until there was only a door frame left. Waving his hands in a gesture like Kiri, Rebellion stormed the valuable base. Within 10 minutes, the base was secured. "That was a good job, everyone," Mai commented. "Nice work, Naruto," praised Yukito, making her blush. "It was nothing," she replied. He raised an eyebrow. "It was nothing, yes, it was nothing, if nothing means wiping out half of the base with one fireball." That was exactly excellent work, Nin, Ni said. Nissan, Mai said. Naruto stifled a laugh, causing Yuto to punch him lightly on the arm. I take it you haven't discovered. I take it you haven't discovered. I take it you have discovered my identity," Yukito said, removing her cat mask. Bond locks fell from the long bra- eh, braid behind her, with bags beside her beautiful porcelain face. The other had to admit she was a goddess. "You're ni Yukito, the Nibi Jinjuriki and Konoha no Niki Him, cat princess of Konoha." A spoke up. She pouted. "Still not a good as Naruto-kun." He laughed. "No, no. My Heim is definitely better." Uh, Kun and Heim are they? Mia thought before they were snapped out of it by Naruto. Alright, let's get back to the 19 more bases to capture. Don't we? Uh, We got 19 more bases to capture, don't we? Naruto asked, rhetorically. 3 weeks later, they had captured 18 bases, with the last one being the stronghold in Kiri. Comrades, today will be cutting the base in Kiri and win this civilian war. We shall bring justice to Itakari and his senseless killing, Mai yelled. Alright, the rebellions yelled back. This was going to be uh, thoughtless stronghold, the toughest stronghold, and they would have to capture. But if they did it, they would win and put an end to Yugito's region. That's the end of chapter 29. Now going to chapter 30. Okay. The new hair. Previously, this was going to be the toughest stronghold they would have to capture. But if they did it, they would win and put an end to Yagura's region. Rain. Okay. Okay, everyone fall in here now. Me instructed, and they formed up into 3 ranks. "Are you ready?" Naruto yelled. The men and women gave a battle cry. "Let's move out," Mai shouted, and the legion of rebels tore down the path to Kirigakuru as they neared Kiri. Naruto noticed the unusually large number of guards at the front gates. He narrowed his eyes. Yuguro must have been predicting this. "Halt, rebels!" a guard screamed. If he thought that was going to be of any use, he was dead wrong, as 2 sides clashed. Of course, the rebellions had an upper hand due to their bloodlines. Naruto winked at Yugito, who slitted the throat of a guard. She understood the game was on. Yugito began slashing wildly at the enemies with her claws, leaving uh, dismembered bodies in her wake. Naruto was not one to lose. Flashes of yellows and white were uh, were some of the last colors the guards ever saw. As Naruto teleported back and forth, his chakra saber in hand. 45, 46, Yugito counted as she uh, dice, dice, dissemin- disseminated the enemy's numbers. Hee hee, 100, I'm sure she can't beat that. 101, 102, Naruto counted to mentally congratulate himself for reaching the 100th enemy guard. Suddenly a loud boom was heard as a Rasengan flashed 5 guards away. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Uh, his Heim knew the Rasengan, so she wants to play that way. So be it. Clapping his hands, he shouted, Chibako Tensei, super planetary devastation. Then glanced at every single ally. He applied a downward force on them, aching to the gravity seal. A giant black orb size of an odometer Sengun shot into the air, carrying the remaining guards into the sky. Pieces of nearby land flew into the core and formed a giant ball of rock. Naruto's cloak turned to fire, chakra spilling out of the seal. Chi Biju Dama, Super Tailed Beast Bomb, a gigantic spear formed before Naruto's hands and was fired at the rock ball. The oversized Buji Dama slammed into the rock formation, collapsing both high into the sky, somewhere in the atmosphere. The two coiled and merged before exploding to a million smithereens. Area cleared, Naruto shouted, shaking the rebels from their awe. Yugito pouted. No fair, Naruto-chan. In my heart, you won. You always do, Naruto said uh, kindly before taking off for the city. Yugito looked at his flames colored back. The boy who stole her heart 4 years ago. Naruto narrowed his Rinnegan as he observed the Kirin army charging towards him. Eat this. Tindaro Rasim Amy Devapath, meteor shower. The rocks remaining in the airlining blast were sent rocketing towards the loyalists who were too stunned to block. Shichunun Shijinjiriki, Yurgu called a giant wave of water cresting over his army protectively. Naruto shouted, increasing the propulsive force behind the rocks. The friction behind heating them up to the point where they cause fire. The rocks easily penetrated the water like a hot knife through butter, killing hundreds of his men. This guy, Yargito grimaced. With his pyrokinesis and dendrokinesis, Naruto grew flaming roots out of the ground, ensnaring the enemies. Yugito screamed, Suton Bakujun Shojo. A torrent of wind shot out of his mouth, extinguishing the flames through the roots were still trapping his men. The rebellions were about to enter when Yugito stepped in front of them. I won't let you go in if I were you. What? He's going to die. One man against 100,000 of Yugito's? A rebel said. I mean, I know he was strong just now, but 100 freaking thousand? He will die. Yugito shook her head. That was not even a fraction of his power. Even I don't understand the depth of his power. Suddenly she clutched her stomach in pain. Shit, it's happening again, she muttered before regurgitating her breakfast. This had been a recurring problem, even since last week, though she kept it from Naruto, not wanting him to worry. It must have been the blasted antidote. She wouldn't check with Tsunade. She would check with Tsunade when they get back. Back within the city. Chakra saber in hand, he dispatched hundreds of loyalists within 10 seconds. Credits to his Hiration. This was turning out to be a massacre. The city turned into a slaughterhouse. Sutan, Sujirandan no Jutsu. Yargra spat a powerful water dragon at Naruto. Guess what? Shinra Tensei. The dragon reversed its flying path, slamming into the remaining army. The Yodama began firing off torrents after torrent of water cannons at the yellow flash. Thanks for the chakra, Naruto shouted cheekily, using his path to absorb the tyrant's jutsu. Son of a... Yugito cursed before having to avoid a trunk trying to entangle him. Sutan, Shono wind style. Ashura dragon palm. Yargurt shot a burst of water at an incoming barrage of kunais. Hi, got you, Naruto yelled, slamming a Rasengan into the tyrant's back. A stray kunai had flew behind Yargura, allowing Naruto to teleport to it. Yargura grinned before dissolving into water. The real Yugra appeared behind Naruto, swatting him away with his staff. Suddenly, a voice came out above. Two can play at this game, Naruto yelled. The swatted clone dispersed into smoke. Yugito grimaced a shadow clone, and the yellow flash uh, nose dived in Otama Rasengan in his hand. Uh, Yagura slammed his staff into the floor, causing a small whirlpool of water to gather at the hook of it, where the flower was located. Then lifting it up, he yelled, Shizu, Mizuko no Jutsu, water style, water mirror jutsu. A whirlpool became a reflective mirror when another Naruto burst out of it, an Odama Rasengan in hand, to face the original. Naruto was surprised. The two blue spears clashed, resulting in a giant explosion as back as he backpedaled away. He thought. So he has an ability which allows him to copy the opponent's jutsu, though it only clashes once before the copy disappears. This will be a problem. Then he thought up a plan. Raising his hand forward, Ords began concentrating into a purple spear. Yagra raised an eyebrow. Amush, amused at the thought of a Bujidama being used in the battle, Naruto suddenly spun back and fired a telepiece bomb at the Mizukage mansion. Shit! Yuguru cursed, body flickering in front of his precious mansion to stop the incoming spear from colliding. For a moment, Naruto noticed a small glint in the Kage's eye. A genius wants to protect the mansion. Then his look returned to normal. An enraged face. Got it, Naruto thought, as the Bujidama hit the Yodama's Mizungun square in the chest. An explosion, the sound of two mountains slamming into one another and dissolving rang into throughout Kirisinkin, killing the nearby men just from the extreme disciple count. In the crater, a giant turtle in its shell emerged from shrinking back into Yaguro. You left me no choice, Yaguro said before fully transforming into Isobo and Sanbi. Arakun Shikin, Rogue Sea Boom. The turtle yelled, firing off a highly powered water cannon that was not child's play. Fujitsu Kyuno, Naruto responded, shocking the water in Shinra Tensei. He continued, even he couldn't fully absorb that kind of tailed beast power. He repelled water, found its way back to the transformed Yugura, who made his hydrokinesis to find it in a wave back towards Naruto. Damn it, he muttered. Matusan Jutsu, wood style. Wood locked wall. Wooden turtles grew out of the watery floor and locked into a dome-like formation, protecting the wood-style user. Kuso, Yu-Gi-Oh cursed as he grew another tail. He was now at 2 tails. The current half-human, half-Biju creature roared before sending another torrent of water at the QB Jinchuriki. Enough was enough, Naruto yelled, releasing his demonic power in a wave. His Biju cloak came to life, igniting the nearby buildings. His Ninetales power deflected the water and bounced it back to the Sanbi. Senpocho Otama Rasengan, Zeijar. Super Giant Rasengan, Naruto slammed the ball into Isuto's shell, causing crack marks to form. The Sandami glared at the QB and began forming a Bujidama. Naruto shouted, "No, you ain't Mozoton. Mozoton no Jutsu. What style? What dragon jutsu?" A trunk mounted itself into a dragon. With yellow eyes, it launched itself at Isobo, then wrapped around the giant turtle. The turtle spat the Bujidama at the dragon's mouth, causing the wood creature to expand. The Bijidama, however, went through, but he caught by a wooden hand belonging to Naruto's wood golem. Mokutan, Mokuji no Jutsu, wood style, wood golem jutsu. Naruto announced the golem, which possessed the same golden eyes as the dragon, slamming the Bijidama into the Satabi shields, causing it to break. Courtesy of the explosion. Isobu screamed, now fully exposed to the Hanzura surroundings, sliding a love token of his left arm. Naruto flicked it at the BG while spreading his fingers. The wound necklace extended in length, enough to encircle the turtle, which was not at full power. 3 tails. Then he closed his hands into a fist. The beads wrapped tightly around the tail beast, reducing its movement. "Curse you, Uzumaki Naruto!" Naruto simply sighed and chanted the incantation. The necklace beads glue and caught fire. Isobo began transforming back into Yakura, who was now very weak from going full power. The chakra of Kurama began flowing back into the seal before the cloak disappeared. Walking to the crater, Naruto stared at the vulnerable Kage. Something was wrong. Yukito's chakra was disrupted. Was it? Naruto summoned the King of Hell. Naruto began rifling through his memories. All Naruto observed was a black man. Only the last thing he saw was a pair of Sharingan. Damn, that explains why he fought so hard to protect the mansion. Part of his personality was showing through. That blasted Madara must have regained him back in. Suddenly, Yadira's breath stopped. He was just a puppet in the hands of Madara after all. He yelled with demonic amplification. Everyone stopped. This war is over. Your Kage was manipulated all along. Hearing him, the remaining loyalists dropped their weapons. Then Naruto said via the tailed beast plane, Isabui, I'm sorry to cause you so much pain, but you and your Jinchuriki were manipulated by a man with the Sharingan, who Isobu demanded, his voice in obvious anger. Uchiha Madara, I can take you. I can make you a deal. I promise to protect you at all times from anyone's harm, for you have gone through enough pain. In exchange, you will act as a guardian of Kiri to protect this land and its inhabitants. Interested? Interested? You got yourself a deal, kid. Isobe agreed. After Naruto left the mindscape, Isobe asked Kramo, what do you see in that kid? I see potential beyond measure. I see our father in him. Kurama responded after pondering for a while. Isobe nodded. So you think the same thing. 2 days later, me had been installed at the Gadami Hokage, and there was a party to celebrate. Thank you very much for Konoha's help, especially you, Uzumaki-san. I'm considering an alliance. What do you think? Naruto smiled. I think it's a great idea. Then they cleaned their glasses and downed the first sake straight from the land of rice. Tsunade Buchan is going to be happy, Naruto thought. Kushin Kishan praised, that was a good job, Naruto-kun. Minato agreed. That was great. Reminds me of the time I fought the island in. Thanks, Kansan, Tosan, Naruto replied. Yugito came around to his table. We actually managed to win this war. Now we're going back with a treaty. That's even more awesome. Cheers. Yugito slurped her milk. Favorite drink ever. Even if you don't believe, you can check Naropedia. Secretly, she was still worried about her health. What was with all throwing up recently? Good job, Naruto-kun, Kakashi said, bumping fists. What can I do to repay you? Mi asked. Naruto pulled her aside and discreetly whispered in her ear. She smiled and said, "Sure, it'll be done by tomorrow morning." When he returned to the dance floor, Yugito asked, "What was that about?" He smiled slightly. You'll see, you'll see. Shall we?" Yugito took his hand, and they began a slow dance, following the music. The next day, Uzumaki-san, I managed to complete the job. Thank you again for your help, Mai said, handing over a black box to Naruto. Thanks, Tarami-san. This gift is important. I trust you know why, Naruto said. She snorted, of course. He laughed. Gates of Konoha. Looks like the yellow flash is back. Izuma shouted down from the top of the giant gates. How was your mission? Kotetsu yelled. Naruto gave a thumbs up. We beat Yarno. The new Mizukage has been appointed. Good job. Report to the Okage's office. Tsunade was stamping yet another pile of paperwork when the door opened. Kage-sama, report. Good afternoon, Hokage-sama. Joining Hatake Kakashi reporting for a mission. We successfully completed the mission, helping the rebellions. We also managed to defeat the Yodama Mizukage, supposedly a treaty, but if later found out to be controlled by Uchiha Madara. We got an alliance from Kiri too, Kakashi spoke. Good job. I have to investigate this matter about Madara though, Tsunade said. You are dismissed. Yugito told Naruto, I got something to speak to Tsunade about. Go home first, Kobito. Naruto replied sweetly. See you later, Kinjo. Everyone filed out of the room, with the exception of Yugito. Tsunade, Shizuno, Shiho. Can we have a checkup? I've already missed out on 2 this week. Recently I've been throwing up a lot. No matter how much medicine G2 I use, it's not working. I suspect that it's that antidote. Oh, I think I know what it is. I hope it goes that way. Alright, follow me to the hospital room. Back at the Namikaze compound. Hee. Now the perfect time to work on my little project, Naruto said, withdrawing a black box from his pocket, removing the item within. He went to his library and pulled out some brushes and he got to work. At the hospital room, the first 30 minutes, Tsunade had already suspected the root cause. In the next 30, she confirmed it by running more tests. Sighing, she told Yukito, "What did I say about responsibility?" "Oh, it is that, I think." Over the next few minutes, she told Yukito the problem and how to break it to Naruto. She nodded and went home. At the Namikaze compound, yes, finished it. Naruto practically yelled, "I'm back." Yukito called from the door. Naruto quickly kept the item back in the box and put it into his pocket. "Yukito-chan, I've got something for you," Naruto said, coming down the stairs. In the living room, Yukito-chan, I've got something for you, Naruto said, coming down the stairs. Living room, Yukito had removed her Anbu uniform and switched to normal clothes. "Yes," she asked. "It's that surprise you talked about yesterday at the party?" Naruto replied like in adventurous, "Yes, it's all that and more." Then his face turned serious. Kneeling down on one knee, he opened the black box to face her. "Will you marry me?" Yukito didn't know how to react. The answer was obvious. Yes. She was surprised. Yes, of course. She finally answered as Naruto removed the ring from the box. It was beautifully crafted. A band made of white gold, which the diamond was supposed to be, was a fox head of a ruby and a cat head of a sapphire. Even the eyes were made of topaz and emerald. Matching the eye color of Matatabi, the whole ring was highlighted with obsidian. "It's beautiful," she gasped as it was slipped onto her ring finger. "It has sealing formulas so that you can store stuff. You can also shoot fire, and if you need be, there is a duration formula for me to teleport to you." Knowing you, then she said, "I got something more important to tell you, Naruto-kun." He looked up, slightly hurt that there was something more important than the engagement. But if Yukito said something was more important, it had to be very important. "I'm all ears." "Didn't you tell I didn't tell you this, but since last week I've been vomiting. I didn't know why, though I suspected Sasori's antidote. Despite performing medical ninjutsu on myself, I still didn't work, so I had to see Tsunade, which is what I did just now. After an hour of testing, she told me the reason." "What?" Naruto asked, concerned. "A lack of responsibility. At least that's what Tsunade said." "What happened a month ago?" Yukito prompted. Reflecting, he said, "I came back to leave, did a prank, reunited with my friends, sparred with Kiba, and had dinner with them." Yukito sighed. He could be quite clueless at times, though that was a quality she found cute, specifically between us. Suddenly he snapped his fingers. "Ah, we made love." "Exactly, I'm pregnant." That is the end, because, yeah, sorry it's coming out so late. Extra long part tomorrow, hopefully.